Hey guys, welcome back for another day trading recap video. So today you're probably thinking, I wonder how Alex did on LGVN, but I did all right on it. Not nearly as good as I should have because I pretty much stopped trading it like 10 minutes before it really went exponential, and I was doing some research on other swing trades that I want to talk about today. And once I kind of get out of my day trading flow a little bit, it's hard for me to come back in because then I kind of feel like I'm just FOMOing, and even any profits I make don't feel that good because I feel like I'm kind of breaking my rules, and any losses feel extra bad. So with LGVN, I kind of left that one a little bit, which it is what it is. Unfortunately, ISUN totally obliterated me today. I traded small size in general, so all of my wins and losses weren't that crazy big today. But yeah, ISUN was the big loser of the day, and that put me red pre-market. And the rest of the day, I wasn't really able to dig myself out of the hole. So let's review those two tickers, and then I want to review 3 swing trades that I want to get into, and then 1 that I sold today. So let's dive into that. Trading charts, let's go. Boom, set up. So ISUN right here. First ticker, totally a disaster. Let's go ISUN. So this one popped up really quickly, and this was during a market or during a pre-market where nothing was happening. So the second we saw a ticker that was up instantly 50% or 46 or so, I was like, finally, this is what we were waiting for. Let's go. I bought this first 1 minute pullback. It pops up another 4 or 5% where I think where I entered. Yeah, because I entered like at 31. Yeah, 4 or 5%. And I didn't sell because I was looking for that continuation over 12. 12 was big time resistance, so maybe that was like a little bit too ambitious. But yeah, anyway, it didn't happen. It pulled back here. I bought a little bit more, but then I sold, and then it kept on selling off. Now in this area, I thought we were going to get another pop to the upside, and it flushed down here. This was a nasty flush, like 6-7%. So I was down on my original position. I bought a little bit more into this flush. I got a kind of decent fill somewhere in the middle here, but then it kept selling off. And this is where I had to cut my losses. And I was like, oh, just like that on this ticker, I gave back my profits and lost 500 afterwards. So I think this was like a $600-700 red trade on ISUN. And I was like, well, there we go. There we go. First ticker of the day, and I'm already, near my $1,000 max stop for the day. It's like, ugh. And then I didn't really trade anything till LGVN popped up, which is now, 40% down from its highs after a huge run here. Actually, maybe not 40%, but it was, yeah, that's what it was. It was up like 170%. Now it's only up 125%. You can see right there. So yeah, again, kind of pre-market, nothing really going on after the catastrophe with ISUN. And then eventually LGVN, which is a ticker we've traded in the past before, we know this ticker, pops up. And this one had big resistance at 5.5, and this is where I thought we might see LGVN go. So I was quite ambitious wanting to trade it till then. So let's quickly go here pre-market. This thing, this was kind of gnarly, and then this little pre-market rally here was really annoying because it kept on having these really extended pullbacks before it ripped up very quickly again, before the pullbacks were very extended again. So I didn't do that well trading on these, and both times I missed the actual move, but I was trading like this chop in here and taking scratches, which was kind of annoying. Market opens, big spike to the upside, pulls right back. I get on that pullback, looking for a continuation, pops up a little bit. So I quickly take profits with the intent of maybe buying back if it's a red to green move like that. But there was no red to green move. It just popped up higher. I couldn't get into buying this pullback, which was a bit unfortunate. That was probably one of the better setups, arguably, on the day. But it's just hard to trade. This ticker was very delayed. It had many failed breakouts constantly. It was a tricky one. It was just one of those tickers where if you're just buying on an extended pullback, sometimes you just get really lucky for those big pops. And this is right around where I stopped trading it. I was getting so frustrated in this area just because I couldn't get a read on this ticker. And then, yeah, right around 10 o'clock, I started looking at the swing trades. So while I was looking at the swing trades, I eventually looked on the scanner. I was like, oh my God, LGVN popped up. It got halted, and it's ripping. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it has not been my day. Yesterday wasn't my day. It's just also been a horrible market. So at the same time, I'm not really upset about missing this. I'm just kind of like annoyed about the overall situation with the market. I just got to be cautious, and eventually, and I got to be patient. Eventually, I'll get mine. If it's pre-market, if it's at the market open, I'll get my move. So I don't really care. It's just like, dang, we've been in such a lull, especially for Q4. It's been like upsetting, really, really upsetting. And luckily, my swing trade portfolio has more than made up for any missed opportunities or my day trading. My day trading this month has been pretty consistent. I'm making some decent profits, but the swing trading is really where it's at, and that's why I want to focus at for this video. But where do I think LGVN is going to go today? I'm not really sure. I would like to see this maybe find some support here near that former resistance at 5.5. I think this could be an interesting buy zone, and then look for that continuation maybe later in the day. So right now it's definitely got to chill a little bit. I think there's going to be a lot of support in this area, and then we'll see. Maybe we're going to get some consolidation in this area. Maybe we're going to bounce right back off of it, come back here, and end the day high, which means tomorrow could be a really good gap up day for LGVN. Those are all things I would be looking for. If LGVN does break below 5.5, I think I would be very bearish. I would really like to see it hold 5.5. If it breaks for a little bit with low volume, that's fine. But I would personally want to see this holding the highs into the afternoon, and I think we could get a good secondary second green day on this one. So yeah, that's my day. Small scratch day, just a down 130, not really a big deal. So it doesn't really bother me so much. What I do want to talk about is GGPI, CLOV, XL, and the ticker I sold today, OTLY. So let's actually start with OTLY on my IRA account, because OTLY I just sold, and I have 100 shares left on this one. So let me actually go to OTLY. And the reason I have 100 shares left is because I did one options contract. I sold one covered call on it just to kind of get my feet wet a little bit with covered calls. So let's talk about it here. This ticker had a huge sell-off. It's also down, tremendously from all-time highs around 70%. And it had this little bounce. And I started buying my first shares around $9.11, so somewhere in this area. And then it popped up to $10 yesterday before selling off again, and I started accumulating bigger size. And today, if you go to the 5-minute chart, you can kind of see where that big resistance is coming in. So today I ended up selling my position. So my first size was here, and then my second size was here, and then I sold all of it here for like at 11-12% profit. So that was, well, actually no, because my new average was probably more in this area. So I probably sold the whole thing for like a 5-6% profit, which is nice because this was like a $17,000 position size. So we're talking like over $1,000 profits on this one, which is great. I'm really happy about that. Very, very quick $1,000 profits, and that's how a lot of my swing trades been going. I've been missing a lot of the bigger moves, but that's fine. Just really, really kind of cleaning up. So I'm happy. And my goal with OTLY is actually to buy back in the low 9s. Ideally, I wanted to really accumulate in the 8s. That's why I did a small size here, because I thought we were going to go in the 8s, and I wanted to buy a big size here. But once we bounced, then we had big resistance at 10.5 or so. I knew that there's probably going to be a chance that we're going to have at least one more retest, and that's why I went here, sized up, went for the retest, and yeah, we'll see what happens. The next ticker I want to talk about, let's go back to the unlimited account, is GGPI. Colby was talking about this one. This is a SPAC that is taking an EV company public. Yeah, the Polestar company. There's no point for me to guess. Might as well just look it up really quickly. And this is an EV company getting a lot of hype around it. Well, EV companies are just blowing up like crazy. Obviously, besides Tesla. Let's go to QuiverQuant quickly. We got Lucid Motors, we got Rivian. So all these companies are getting so much hype right now. So I think GGPI could be a great continuation as well. As Colby, who called this one out, thanks for putting it on my radar. Not to mention, it looks really, really good here where it has really low sell volume on the pullback. So I'm looking for some continuation on this one. I think risk reward's pretty good, where I would probably consider cutting losses if we really dip below 12 or so, 12.5 or so. But we have 20% plus upside potential. So that's like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk reward. And I really, really like that on GGPI. Plus the overall industry right now, where the overall sector is really, really hot. My mistake on this one was I had a limit order in the 12s and I missed that first initial bounce. I think if I was long this bounce, I would probably sell and look for a rebuy. but that's a 6% move, which puts me really at a bad position for just buying now. So I was a little bit too conservative with this entry, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do now. I think I'm going to wait a little bit. If we get a sell-off, maybe back to like 13.5 or so, I'd probably enter for long, but I don't know. I don't really want to be chasing in this area. I think maybe midday or so we'll have a pullback to here, and then I would probably consider getting long. But for now, I'm just going to kind of sit on my hands and wait a little bit. Kind of unfortunate that I didn't get aggressive when it broke 13.25, because that was a big sell-off it had. CLOV is another ticker. You guys all know CLOV, I'm sure. Shamas healthcare company. So let's go here to the daily. I don't really care so much about talking about the company, about talking about the news about the company. It changes so much, and there's tons of information out there for you guys to look at. What I'm really focused on is the price action. I really, that's to me, that's all the information you really need to know about a company is the price action. Because if a company has good earnings, it can go down. If a company has a great press release, it can go down. Like, nothing really makes sense when it comes to the correlation between news and the stock price. Long term, sure, because you want to be invested, let's say, in a good company long term. But for day trading and swing trading, I don't know. The fundamentals are a bit unnecessary in my opinion. At least for my trading strategy, and the statistics prove it. So CLOV, yeah, this company, this has been a hectic ticker, and it finally broke that critical support at $7. So the floor is gone. But then I looked up actually the news this time, and I was like, okay, well, something really bad must have happened. So let's actually see. And there was a $300 million public offering at I think it was $5.75 was the offering. So basically, whatever shares you have are worth less equity now. So the whole entire valuation of the company is just different in terms of what one share gives you, how much one share is worth in equity. So basically, the floor didn't really drop out. The floor was just reset to $5.75. And this is a pretty nasty move. I really feel bad for anyone that was holding this one. I've been holding CLOV constantly and constantly taking profits along the way. But this is just angers me a little bit. Secondary offerings are very frustrating. What I am looking for this one is to start finding a little bit of support here. I have a limit order on this one right below 5.5. So I would like to accumulate it starting around 5.4 and then keep increasing my size. I don't know if that was too conservative again. Maybe we're going to get a reversal already. I already did miss GGPI for now, but we'll see what happens. And there's actually another ticker I want to talk about, LMND. This is another one, Lemonade. This was a SPAC that I think it was a SPAC at one point. I don't know. Last year we were talking about this ticker a lot, and I think I was even trading it in my IRA. Oh no, I wasn't. We missed this huge run up here, but we got some really nice small swing trades near support zones on LMND. Anyway, this is one of those classic companies that's sold off so much, and today it broke some critical support again, and I really would like to buy this company, especially near $50. But anything before then, I'd be pretty happy with it as well. I have an alert on here already, but I'm going to go ahead and set a limit order as well, because I feel like the alerts on these things, I miss them so much. I'm just going to do 10 shares. Because I don't know if I'm going to want to wait until it gets closer to 52. But I'll put a limit order right below 54, and that way I can kind of keep a track on this one a little bit better. I'll put here 53.93. So yeah, that's another ticker, Lemonade, big sell-off, good company. It just, wow, a lot of companies have been getting whacked so hard. And I was about to say after earnings, but one company that is also actually, one company that's selling off quite a bit after earnings too is XL. And this is another company I would like to get long on. A lot of these are dumpster diver tickers. So if you're wondering, Alex, you're buying a bunch of companies that are totally sold off. Yes, but I'm buying companies that are totally sold off, like down 85% from all-time highs. They're overall pretty legit companies. They've just been totally getting hammered in the current market. So I really like these kind of opportunities because the risk reward is very favorable. And these are swing trades. These are not day trades. Keep that in mind as well. So I like day trading these things would be tough because the price action is and the volume is not favorable for day trading. So we got XL. This one just took a big old poop right under $5. So I'm being a little bit cautious how I want to go about XL, but I do have some limit orders ready to go. Very conservative, right below 4.6. So I would like to start accumulating, obviously, in that area. I really don't think we're going to get that low. But I just have all these really low limit orders ready to go. I kind of want to see how these companies behave by the end of today and then maybe tomorrow. And if I see support really coming in on all these companies, I'm just going to move up all my limit orders, ideally get filled on Friday, and then go from there, because I think we are near some tremendous support on all these tickers, just like we saw with OTLY, and you saw with OTLY nice little bottom bounce potentials, and you could just be milking these moves continuously. I mean, there's a good chance that all these tickers, just like OTLY, are just going to constantly have these 10% bounces. You just have to watch out if the floor does break and they continue to sell off. Either you cut your losses or you're ready to keep accumulating. And in my cases, I'm ready to keep accumulating. With OTLY, I did like this little pop here, and again, I'll be buying around $9, but my goal is for this ticker really to sell off below $9 and then hold it for that eventual reversal. OTLY is another company that fundamentally is great. Their products are phenomenal. I love them myself. So as Peter Lynch says, invest in what you know. And all these companies are falling into those categories. So right now, my positions overall in terms of IRA in my day trading margin account, I'm very much in cash. Almost all my whole portfolio is in cash. So I'm ready to start accumulating these tickers. I've been watching all these tickers for so long, and I think we're near some really good bounces, and maybe us in a month from now we're going to look back and be like, wow, I wish I bought and I wish I just held. Now this is just my plan. Obviously don't copy trade. Always know what you want to trade and always have a strategy. There's many times that it doesn't work out, just like with PSFE, pay safe. This is one of my biggest losers. But luckily I never did a really big size with this one, so even the loser on this one's not that bad. But I've been accumulating PaySafe for quite a long time. Average price is at $10, and I'm down $3,000 on this one. Absolute disaster, which is totally fine because all my wins totally outdo my losses. And if you guys want to learn more about my strategy or look into my portfolio, obviously you guys can do that just by going to tradejournal.co/Winkler and then seeing my trades, my analysis, what my thoughts are. This is my day trading portfolio right here, and this is my swing trading portfolio. And yeah, you guys can obviously access these for free. All the access on them are public. And if you do want specific mentorship, specific feedback, you can also subscribe to them and I could comment on your trades. But the best place to start is always in the Discord, guys. Join the Discord. We give so much free information there. We always have discussions. We always talk about each other's trades and what could be done better. And it's always really nice to get the whole community feedback on your trades. Yeah, guys, that's everything for this recap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. To me, the day trading today wasn't really that interesting. Obviously, LGVN had those really good opportunities, but it was a little bit past my time. I'm more of a pre-market and the market open trader. Anything after 10 o'clock, I'm kind of done at the day. So LGVN was more or less outside of my window of trading. That's why I don't really regret or have too much FOMO on this ticker. Otherwise, I think we're really in a swing trading market. There's some really good opportunities out there, and I think we might have a really strong end to the market, especially the crypto market. Q4 can be really good with that one, and hopefully we get some moves into Q1. But a lot of stuff is extended too. So you want to start looking to take some profits, because once the market does turn, and eventually it will, it's going to get pretty nasty out there. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Consider subscribing if you're new. We'd love to have you part of this community. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.